Good day to you, friends. Brother Rob with you once again. So today I want to address a common fallacy from atheists, which is deflection. I'm like the most common deflection that atheists will give to Christians and or theists, such as myself, which is they always say the burden of proof is on us because we claim to say that God exists. Now, of course, it's true that when you say that God exists, that there's burden of proof upon such a claim. But the thing is, atheism, in like manner, also has the burden of proof. And the reason being is anyone who makes a truth claim has the burden of proof to back up said claim. So if you say, I don't believe God exists, you have the burden of proof to back that up. If you say, I don't believe there's sufficient evidence to believe that a God exists, you have the burden of proof to back up that claim. So atheists need to stop this nonsense thinking that the burden of proof is only on theists to back up and support the existence of God. Now, I'll give you 5 again brief good reasons to believe that God exists. One is objective morality. Without God, there is no such thing as objective morality, and everyone with half a brain or more knows that objective morality exists. You know that it's always objectively, morally evil and wicked to molest a child, rape a woman, assault a woman, assault a child. It's always morally evil to rob a bank, take someone's life without just cause. And that's right, I said just cause, because there are certain exceptions, that taking a life is just. 2 of them, primarily, that come to mind is in a situation of self-defense. Someone's trying to kill you, and you happen to end up killing someone in a self-defense situation. That's just the justified taking of life. Or if you're engaged in warfare, like if you're fighting for the freedom of your country and you end up killing people in battle, that's the justified taking of life. No, those are the only 2 things. Or if you end up killing someone in defending someone else. So, for example, if you see someone being attacked and you end up killing them because the assailants keep attacking you, and they would have killed you had you not done something about that themselves. But anyways, those are pretty extreme examples, and the likelihood of the average person being in a situation where the justified taking of life is going to happen is probably almost 0. So, but the unjustified taking of life, which is that's the difference between killing and murder, right? Because killing is not necessarily murder, but murder is the unjustified taking of life. So killing someone either unprovoked, or if it is provoked, it's still not just, not warranted. Like, if someone takes a knife and stabs you in the shoulder, that's not reason enough to kill them. All right, that's taking it too far. Now, if someone's trying to kill you with a knife, and is just trying to stab you in the chest or whatever, that's a bit of a different story. But anyways, the average person not going to come at you with a knife anyways. At least I would hope not. But yeah, so, but even in atheism, you can't even say that it's wrong to stab someone to death, or that it's wrong to even kill, rape, or steal. You can only say it's your opinion that those things are wrong. That's wrong to steal, rape, or kill. See, without God, there's no objective morality. And again, which isn't to say that atheists can't be moral. They can be. Of course, atheists can be moral. Any person can be moral. God wrote his moral law on our hearts, and which is why Paul wrote in the New Testament that the Gentiles, even though they don't have the truth of the word to them, obey the law in many matters because God has written his law on the heart of men. So again, it's not that non-Christians can't do good or moral. Of course they can. But they can't justify morality. Atheists especially, atheists can't justify morality. Now theists can, regardless. A Muslim could, a Christian can, a Jew can, because we defer to a creator who is the source of all morality, whereas an atheist, the morality is just subjective from one person to the next. But the problem with subjective morality, of course, is one, it's a self-defeating proposition. You can't, because if you say there's no such a thing as objective morality, that's a self-defeating proposition, because you've just stated objectively that there are no objective morals, and you can't live it out. You can't live your life in a way as though you act as if morals are subjective. It just doesn't work. You can't do it. No one can, because you know better. I know better. It's fallacious to think that this is a morally subjective world. We don't live in a moral. If morals were subjective, we couldn't even put someone in jail. Why do we put people in jail? Because we're moral creatures. And moral creatures punish people who violate moral laws, which is precisely what we do. If someone murders, we put those people in jail. Someone rapes, we put those people in jail. Someone commits assault, we put those people in jail. Why? Because we're moral creatures who punish people who violate moral laws. Now, if a cat were to kill a mouse, we wouldn't say, "Oh, that cat's being immoral." No, why? Because a cat is not a moral creature. I have nothing against cats. I don't mind cats, but if animals kill animals, they're not being immoral. They're just living out instincts. Now, of course, human beings have instincts as well. One of those, the primary ones, being the desire to live. But we're not only instinctive. We have a conscience. We have morals. So we make decisions. We make more, and so that's again. So we're moral creatures. So, but if I were to kill a human being without just cause, then I would go to jail, because I'm a moral creature violating a moral law. So so even if I were to kill a cat, I might get fined, but I'm certainly not going to go to jail for it. But if I kill a human being unjustly, then I'm going to go to jail for a long, long time. But see, and atheism can answer questions like this. It can't. The other thing that, of course, that atheism cannot and will not ever be able to account for is the origins of life. Now, it's interesting to me, as well as many other theists, that atheists will say there is no God, but they will say that doesn't mean. We'll see, if you ask them how the origins of life, a lot of them will say we don't know, but that doesn't mean God did it. And I always think it's amusing that so many atheists say they don't know how life started, but they know that it doesn't mean God did it. Well, it doesn't mean he didn't either. If an atheist is honest with themselves, if atheists would be honest with themselves, they know that they can't logically rule God out for the origins of life, but that's the thing they're trying to do. Anyways, that's all for now, folks. Peace out, Brother Rob.